guys, so I'm doing a toxic best friend story time because I feel like it. So this girl and me started being
They
friends.
already know her name, so.
No, they don't.
Oh.
We started being friends in like kindergarten, and we got closer towards the end of kindergarten. She would always play with me, and I loved playing with her, but until the 3rd grade. And in the 3rd grade, she took over me. Because in the 3rd grade, she knew that all of the girls in my class were all my friends. So she got really jealous and mad. And then every single day, when it was recess time, or like I got to school early, she would always go and look for me while she was with the people that she hated the most. She was two-faced, by the way. Every single day. No, shush. And then every single day, like she would say that she hates this certain person, and then when I come to school, she's with them. That really annoyed me because it was like you said that you hate them, so like you hate them. Like you can't be two-faced about that shit. I mean shoes. And then it was just like whatever. At first I didn't notice it. I was like, oh, I'm just probably a really good friend that she wants me older herself. Like I understand that. I understand why somebody would want me older than themselves. And then as soon as we get like closer, but the closer we get, the more fights we have. So while we were having this huge fight that we got into at the end of the day at class, in the middle of class, at the end of the day, she decides it would be nice to throw the book that I gave her to read because she wanted the book at the library, and I had it at home, and I gave it to her to read for the day. And then she doesn't read it at all. And then at the end of the day, she throws the book at me and says, "Here's your dumb, stupid book." And then she just leaves. She walks away like that. She walks away like a freaking model. And then she gives me a side eye, and I'm like, "What is wrong with this book?" And then my teacher, she has us turn in all of our work that we accomplished at the end of the day, and we have to like do a check mark so she knows that we did it. So when it was my turn, I was so happened to be in the back of the line of her, like in the back of her to sign. When it was my turn, keep in mind we were the last two people. She threw the pen at me and says, "Pick it up." And then when we get to school, she notices that I was no. So once the day ends, that's like when she stops talking to me. And BTW, this girl's going to be important for this part of the story. So we get into a fight, and let me like rewind a bit. So on this girl's birthday, she was saying how much she hated her and how much she wishes she would die and stuff, and how much she hates her so much. And she was my best friend. Not the girl she was talking. The girl she was talking bad about was my best friend, and I just didn't feel comfortable with that. And I was like, "But she's so nice. You don't even know her because you never hang out with her." She was like, "I do, and she's annoying." And I'm like, "To you, not to me. I can hang out with her." And then she's like, "No, you can't. You can only hang out with me, Haley, BFF, bestie, whatever." And then I'm like, "Okay." So once we got into that fight, the girl that she was talking trash about, she went up to her and she hugged her, literally right in front of me while I was talking to her. Like I was talking to her, saying what she did to me, and then she comes up and she's like, "Hi, Pravleen." And then I'm like, "What the heck? I thought you hated her." I didn't say that though. And then I come to my mom. Luckily, my mom picks me up early that day. So I come home. She picks me up from school. she's outside the gate, and then I go, and then she's like, what happened? Why are you crying? And I'm like, Diana was being mean to me. We're gonna call her Diana. And then I was like, Diana's being mean to me again. And then my mom was like, oh, it's okay, mija. Ya te va a pasar.
Say it in English so then they can, if they don't.
Basically what she's saying is that it's gonna like pass and then I'm gonna forget about it. So, when we were going to the grocery store that day, my luck, right? And then I was still crying on the way home. So my mom's just like, okay, mija, te voy a, vas a ir a la casa. ¿Quieres ir a la casa o quieres ir a la tienda? And then I was like, and I chose home because she gave me an option. She was like, you want to go to the store or home? And I said home because I just didn't want anybody seeing me cry and wondering if she kidnapped me. And obviously she didn't. She's my biological mother. So after that, I go home and I start watching YouTube videos and I start crying again. And then the next day, I'm like, what the heck was that? You were being so rude to me. And then she was like, I'm sorry. She gives me a freaking mint that has sorry on it. I'm like, so then I didn't take it, but like I take it. And it's like, whatever.
Didn't you give it to me?
No. And then once I take it, she's like, I'm sorry, can we be best friends again? And I'm like, fine. Then she's like, yay.
Haley, by the way, Haley didn't know that she was toxic at that time.
What is wrong with you?
Because they just started being friends.
So, she apologizes to me, and I'm like, why did you say that when you threw the pen to me? And she's like, oh, because in my mind, I was thinking, like, should I pick it up for her, or should I just say, get it? And obviously she said, get it. Or pick it up, I don't know.
Pick it up.
I don't remember. And then I'm like, okay. I didn't notice that, like, she had a choice. Like, she was thinking of what to say. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever, it's fine. So I forgave her at the rest of the day, and then the girl that she was crying to, like, not really, but she came and hugged her when I was talking to her about Diana, the girl. That's what we're gonna call her. And then she's just like, oh, okay. And then I talked to her. I'm like, I don't understand why Diana did that at the end of the day. She literally was talking about how much she hated you. And then she's like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah. She always talks about how much she wishes you were dead and stuff.
Wait, you wish that?
Mm-hmm. And then, stop talking, Lena. And then, that's when we stop fighting, and then we make up again. And then, a week later, no, on Friday, every single Friday she did this. So on Friday, it's like a fun day. At the end of the day, we gotta like play stuff for our last final 40 minutes. So, we played, and usually at the last of 5 minutes of our PE thingy, we would all play like hand games, like Charlie Charlie Go Away and stuff. Like Charlie Charlie, like not that Charlie Charlie, but like
the creepy one?
No, the other one. And then we would play Don't Break the Egg and stuff like that. And it would be so fun.
Obviously you had to choose Diana.
So I was playing with my friend. We're gonna call her Emily, but her name's not Emily. So, yeah, I'm playing with her, and then my toxic friend, we're calling her Diana.
Yep.
She comes in and she's like, hey, why don't we play this game right now?
What game are you guys playing?
And then I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure it was called Slide It.
Oh.
I don't know. It has something to do with slide. So, we start playing, and she's really good at the game. Like, not as good as me, though.
I'm guessing she won, and then she said, hey, I won, you lose.
No. And then, after we play that, the girl Emily, she just comes up to me and she's like, what the heck was that? Why did she just steal you from me? And I was like, oh, because she wanted to play with me. I was dumb and I didn't realize that she didn't want to play with me and that she just wanted to steal me from everybody. So then once that happens, it all passes by me and then I'm like, whatever. And then like she would do that every single Friday. I couldn't play with anybody but her. And then at lunch, every time I would be sitting next to my childhood best friend, she would always have to go in the middle of us. Like she would be like, excuse me, please. And go in the middle of us. And it was so annoying. Like, girl, I'm sitting with somebody you don't want me to. It's none of your freaking business. So, yeah, she did that a lot. Like, a lot. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. And it was, I hated it. Because I really wanted to sit with her, and I haven't sat with her for so long. And then there's this game that I really like. It's called Handball. I won't forget it because it's one of the first games that I was ever good at. So, yeah, I'm playing that game with my best friend that has been my best friend longer than her. We're gonna call her. We're gonna call her Millie.
Oh.
And then she just comes and she's like, "Hey Haley, do you think we could play next round if you win?" Then I'm like, sure. I don't see why not. So then we play, and then she makes sure she keeps winning. So then she'll like choose that the girl she was trying to replace me with. We're gonna call her Lauren. I'm not saying. So then I just get so annoyed at that point, and I'm like, what the heck? Because every single time I would sit after Lauren because I was the winner. And then she chooses her just to choose me the next time. But it doesn't go on like that, you know. I have to go to the end of the bench, but she makes sure that I'm always close. Because since she kept winning, she kept making sure, she kept saying, you're not playing by the rules, so I'm going to kick you out, go find another game. And I was like, what the heck? Like, she can't kick people out, but like, whatever.
When you like planting.
No, what?
You haven't gone to that?
No, what? And then it's just like, whatever. And then I'm like, whatever. And then I'm like, maybe she's just annoyed because like she has anger issues. That's what I thought.
Oh my gosh, baby.
And then like every single time I would play any game with somebody else, she would always do that. And then this happened early into 4th grade, which was like 2 months, and now it just happened now as well. She started becoming really toxic, and she started like excluding herself from me in a way. Like we had this group chat with her friend and me, and guess what? All she would do is talk to that one friend, and I got annoyed because I'm in it too. Like, do you not know that
No, just her is in it.
that I'm in the group chat too?
Tell her what you named it.
She freaking kept naming it Diana, and we're gonna call her Leah. She kept naming it that, and I was like, no, why don't we just name it Friends or F.R.I. You understand, like the show Friends, or Besties, and then our favorite animal, or just our favorite animals. And she kept changing it to Diana and Leah. And I was like, what the actual heck is wrong with her? And I was just like this. Bleh! And I changed it to F.R.
And
I
just a
dot,
dots.
like, you know, like, and then she says, oh, I like it. And then I'm like, thank you. And then I usually have my phone on Do Not Disturb just because, like, when I don't pay attention to their chats, they start spamming me. And they're like, Haley, Haley, Haley. And I'm like, brrr.
It's annoying. Once they kept calling her while I was doing homework.
And I literally hated it. So I literally just put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And then that was all that happened. And then one day, her friend, they have each other's number, by the way.
Yeah.
so they could just text each other separately.
Once I called her and
And
was talking to her. And
shush. And then she does that, and then she's literally only talking to her. They were going to have a play day at her house, and they just kept chatting to each other like, oh, when are you coming over? What time are you coming over? Like, and how many hours are you coming over? And I was just like I literally texted. I was like, I'm here too, you know. You could say, Haley, ask your mom if maybe you could come over one day. But no, they didn't even care to talk about me in that group chat.
That's rude.
So, I just got really annoyed because, like, they were my friends. Even her friend was my friend. And I was just like, what the actual heck?
Tell them what she would call you.
I did. And then, and you know, I just get over it at that point. But I like screenshot them just in case like I ever dump her, and then it's just like blah blah blah. So, then I'm just like there like in the group chat like as an extra like for pity. I'm in there for pity. And I just get so annoyed because, like, I'm in there too. You don't need to be so rude about it. Like, chill out, girl. And honestly, on that subject, I blame both of them for not, like, including me in the chats or anything like that. Like, never talking about me. Like, that goes to both of them. I don't think I was ever a toxic best friend, but I would like to hear her side of the story just because, I don't know, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I was toxic or it wasn't. Because I was always the nicest to her. I never yelled at her like she yelled at me. I never cursed at her like she cursed at me.
Wait, when did she curse at you?
I never yelled at her. I never yelled at her through text. I never freaking put exclamation points unless I'm excited to do something.
She never hugged,
Shush. I never literally disobeyed any of her rules. Any of the little guidelines that she had for me. And then she just treats me like this. Let me just go show y'all what she did exactly.
Yeah. Don't pay attention to the...
Okay,
Where is that? Haley, pause it. Oh.
Okay, I'm just like getting it out. That. Yeah. So,
Here
I'm just gonna blur out the bad words. So. Okay, you come at me saying it's cap while you don't know. And then I respond with, when did I say cap? And then I'm like, it's TikTok drama. I can share my opinion if I want. You can hate Zoe, but I don't, okay? And then she's like, LMAO, dead hand. And I'm like, what? I respect your opinion. You should respect mine. LOL. And then let me just show you
the group chat.
The group chats. I don't even know. They removed me from the group chat.
Wow.
That's shady.
Didn't you take a screenshot of it?
Yeah.
Did you?
But yeah. We don't have bad blood like we used to. But yeah, these are her accounts. I just want to say them. Like, don't hate on her or anything, because I don't want to have bad blood with her.
Yeah.
This one and
right
this one. So yeah, right now she's in serious drama, like
very serious drama.
Like, I'm gonna unblock her just for now to show you guys.
What?
You see? I'm going on a Zoom with my new bestie and I want her to think I'm famous. No, girl, your bio is so fake. We only wear crowns here, save the polar bears. I love you.
Yeah.
She literally
She
did
was on
that.
a Zoom with someone.
So I'm not there.
And then
Touch
look.
my neck.
She literally texted my sister, "Hey, can you say I have a dare for you to hate on the Zonuts, or I'll tell the school that you're a fan page." And then
I said okay, but
and then it's just like, what the heck? And I just get so mad at that because it's like, bro, you are literally the fakest person I've ever met. You use dumb excuses to do anything. But yeah, that was my toxic best friend story time. And yeah,
Bye.
just don't fall for toxic people because it won't work out in the future.